and it's just Jhin.
Jhin, Shen with Ambessa. I've always been a big fan of Jhin Ambessa with any sort of other engagement every game until recently. Good trade in the lane for T1 just moments ago, as we do have Vi coming over here a little bit faster than Lucid is here to help.
Oh, that's the root on a career. And yes, he is going to live, he's going to be fine, but take a look at the state of the bot lane right now. Also, Lucid, with that trade, has to leave. And now the pullback on a Doran. Siwoo just looking for the solo kill. Doran holding on to his flash for a very long time. And it will be enough to,
a flash grab early from the jungler in the early game, as we do have a taunt here from Keria.
Yeah, Keria trying to go up against the wall. And it's a fourth shot for first blood. Tons of damage into Keria, who had his flash, but, didn't calculate that he had to flash to the alcove to try to get away with the magical journey to avoid the DPS.
Right.
Oh, that's 6. And top lane's pretty even. So at the end of the day, T1 are winning this early game.
Lucid's coming over for a contest here, but I don't think Smash can get access.
I'm not sure about that. The flash comes in. Nice block here from Keria as Lucid gets in, takes the dragon down, but now he's in a bit of a rough spot. Does live for quite a long time and enables Smash to try to get the kill with the flash away. And now Smash looking for that kill on a Peyz. He's not going to get it. And now the curtains open up. Keria is flashing away and barely gets out of range. ShowMaker, very nice dodge, but the flash over from Faker. Looks for the egg, and he will pick it up, and this will definitely be a kill. Unless he runs out of mana. It's actually kind of close as one auto and one tick, and Faker picks up the kill.
Dragon at such a heavy cost of the fight commitment is just so horrible for them. This early game really couldn't be much worse. Now T1 are looking to fight for grubs here. Lucid going back in again.
They are just fighting for everything as they're throwing everything into the Zhao. Lucid is going to live for quite a while, but eventually does go down. It's now over the wall. Nice gaze there from the side of Faker. Picks up a double kill as now we got a 3-0 Cassiopeia. So much for the best team in the world. They're getting smashed as Faker's 4-0.
At 9 minutes, as Peyz is pushing Smash out of the lane.
He hit the first one. Third one. Fourth shot. Barely going to sail wide.
But he's still pushed away.
Yeah.
It's a small win. The Ezreal survives there. He'll be able to get some of this wave at the end, but... Peyz just walks up and shoots him.
I don't know what's going on with Dplus.
Well, I don't know if there's any way back in this one now, as Lucid will find Keria, and I don't know if he really likes it, because Oner's coming over. He's got a blast cone, though, or does he? No, he does not!
Very nice deny from Keria, but unfortunately that gets him out of range. And now they're pretty deep in the jungle, actually, as Ingo's Keria looking for the stun. He's not going to get it with the binding, but now the lockdown on a 2. Dplus KIA looking for the follow-up here. Down 4,000 gold, and it doesn't look like they have the follow-up. With Faker as strong as
vision and flashes the wall.
Yumi emoting themselves while having their own game of League of Legends. And
they're going to try to punish Peyz. He does not have flash.
Oh, but he can dodge. Utilizes the walk strategy. Nicely done by him. If he gets hit by that with no flash, I think he just dies as he is alone. Meanwhile, in top lane, Faker considering it, but pings do come down as they do know he's there. Do they know about Oner, though? As we're looking for just a straight-up dive underneath the turret, just going to tank it up is Oner. Miasma comes down. Ult is there as well. Oner does commit to the flash away, but I think he was always dead with that last shot.
Yeah. Siwoo had turned his attention to Doran. I don't think that's likely. ShowMaker.
Speaking of getting greedy and messing something up, it looks like it's going to be ShowMaker to be the first one to do that. You see that Lucid was going top, and then he went away from top because he's like, yeah, you're dead. Nothing I can do. Even a TP committed to.
So they made this happen, T1, while having control. Tempered fate. And now this dragon is attempted here by Dplus. Big rotation over from T1. Doran has TP as well, and they're just going to have to bail out of the area.
Career? Yeah, he was stuck between a rock and a hard place. Already used his magical journey, flashed in mid, and yeah, I mean, he got Peyz's flash play 100% correctly, but it's just funny because
it doesn't feel relevant.
They're already so far ahead.
Yeah.
I suppose in the top lane, Doran isn't like massively ahead, so any bit matters. Speaking of which, he's up a level. He's going for the kill onto Siwoo, who does have ult and flash. Doesn't elect to use either of them, as Doran doesn't At this point in time, I mean, if you look at the items, T1 do have a massive lead, but we got 2 items on Lucid. He's going to be going in. They're looking for Peyz as Keria ults him and saves him. And here comes the Shen. Keria's just right there to press his R, and it's an easy turnaround for them.
In the imaginary scenario I laid out, it was Tempered Fate, and then the Crescent Guard cuts them off. They did it the other direction, and the Tempered Fate does not, in fact, help them secure the kill there. It gives T1 more time to respond. And now T1 are just going to do Baron practically on spawn. The enemy jungler off the map. It's not a 50-50. It's not a risk. In fact, it's optimal.
He's just going to kill Keria too. Gets on the magical journey, actually, so he barely gets away, but... yeah, that's Baron at 21 minutes. A little T1 Baron action as now Vision and a kill. Peyz just not really missing these, although he misses everything else on the smash. And Doran is rotating over to try to catch Siwoo, who has his flash. He's just going to back.
Doran doesn't have ult, so he can annoy Siwoo, but
by the way, like, he needs to know that Peyz is nearby, that there's a Jhin on the enemy team. He is backing when they still have vision of him. Right, even though the blue trinket came down just to make sure. And it just felt like Keria just trying to get a quick back, but it ends up paying the price for it. Level 16 Doran now up against 2, maybe 3, as Keria's making his way over. But that is Ambessa trying to dash his way out of the situation as the wall not great, and he taxis in and taxis out. See you later, says Doran.
He added a few dashes to Ambessa's kit on that one, and he's just going to get out. As meanwhile, T1 are taking the whole base. Herald's going to charge into this bottom inhibitor turret, mid turret down. Faker's going to make quick work of that. Faker is 3 levels up on ShowMaker, at least briefly here. Is maybe this time they can punish Peyz? Maybe this time they can punish Peyz?
Well, at least he finally hit him with his Tempered Fate.
They almost got his flash.
Yeah. Faker has flash himself. Is just going to sit here and look to fight, actually, up against 4. Just holding onto his flash, I suppose, and there it goes, as in comes the Shen, and now locked down by everybody, as even Peyz trying to shoot down Smash with them in his face. T1 are down members in this fight. Peyz goes down, and all of a sudden, a weird wonky one. Stun comes in from ShowMaker, that's another shutdown, and a lot of gold is given to DK for free.
Maybe one step forward here for Dplus that they desperately needed, as we are going to still continue to fight for red buff here.
Yeah, trying to take down the Zhao as the Crescent Guard comes in, and he's dead. And so ShowMaker goes down to his egg. TP comes in, and this is getting weird. At least a couple of kills go back the way of T1.
Can't really come in and fight. Look, we took a bad dragon fight. We were super close to winning it. It didn't work out.
Game 1, and essentially just play game by game. And, I mean, Dplus are definitely better than what we've seen so far today, so I'm sure they know about it too. As now looking for a play, Smash totally isolated on the top side. The ult's late from Keria, and he's just magical journeying for himself. This is a total wash in favor of T1, as they might not even go for the dragon. Maybe they can just end the game.
A Dplus in this team fight looked like one of those bosses in an old video game that has a big glaring red weak point. They found Smash, and they hit him on his back on that red button, and he died. And Dplus just fell apart. No setup, no control, nothing in this fight. And Siwoo will be the last remaining member to try to defend against the onslaught that is T1 here in a 28-minute win. He's going to TP to the turret.
He got a shield, I guess.
I guess so. He's going to try to brawl it out as Aatrox.
Yeah, we'll see what he can do. I think the 9,000 gold worth of money that T1 has ahead of him is more than enough. And this game 1 was kind of over for about 20 minutes, but T1 play it out, and they play it out pretty well. Couple of...
Not in this region also, not this one.
Remember when this was picked like every single game?
Yeah.
Sedge, Maokai, Sedge.
Smash this time.
Ghosting in, and Faker says, I have the damage, I've calculated it miles ahead of time. As the Q comes in from ShowMaker, he has to flash away. So level 3 gank and bot. Faker gonna flash forward over the Q. Level 3 on the way.
2 on the Jarvan.
Yeah.
So this is from Faker's perspective.
Faker.
와, 3렙 떴어.
He became level 3. That's what he said. Smash is low and Smash is dead. What happened in bot? We don't know. But we got to hear what ShowMaker said, as that is going to be a double kill here from... May have just left Smash to die.
I think so.
In fact, he did leave Smash to die, which I mean, to be fair, if
There's a lot
careers...
of back and forth.
I thought Dplus KIA were the best team in the world. I've been
on
lied to.
Earth.
Yeah.
Allegedly.
Doran's dead, so that's one thing. So maybe he's not. Okay, the Undertow barely gets the kill, but he does go down as well.
Lucid, no pressure,
pressure,
got
guys.
Cataclysm,
No
but
pressure.
Sejuani's here.
Smash is almost dead, and you see that at least the Flag and Drag is going to keep him up against the wall with the binding, and that will be a kill as he is locked down basically forever. And Peyz didn't have any way to get out of that one.
Jarvan, as they are going to now control the space around the dragon. Shield looking for an ult.
Yeah, and he's looking for the kill. One more Undertow would do it, and the max range picks up the kill. Meanwhile, in bot, looks like Lucid went in, didn't even get to flash, just dies straight up. And now that dragon should absolutely be the side of T1, especially with ShowMaker leaving.
Yep. No smite, so to help Faker win this race. So it is just going to be a lot of extra gold gained here. And then now they can tell us T1 have so much control. We're getting to a point to where this 2-item Lucian isn't necessarily at his strongest. He isn't just going to be getting freebies. Speaking of freebies,
this time Oner does not interrupt it, and he was on vision. Should have known that Lucid was nearby. Tries to flash the Cataclysm, gets away. As meanwhile, she was like, oh, this Lucian, he doesn't look that strong. What happened in bot lane, by the way, guys? The both of them are just zoned away by one guy. And this Infernal Drake is up and available. Rift Herald going to be spawned.
Combat Herald potential, but they're just going to use it for the mid turret while they gain prio for the dragon.
Somebody going to go over. That's a missed ult here from Oner as the Mikhails comes out anyway. I guess it did its job. Getting the Mikhails.
They took a lot of damage, actually, trying to set that up. And it got a charge, the Herald did, but didn't get the turret yet. As Smash comes back into position to defend that. Siwoo also in position, but he doesn't like it. As it looks like the Dragon is going to go over to Dplus here to set us up for a 1-1 split here very late in the game and almost 18 minutes. Not just the goal, but just with the tempo that they still hold. But Dplus can get it back at a moment's notice. Two turrets in top and now in mid.
I feel like if it were the T1 Circus, they probably would have just sent it
itself because it's so far behind just in general of
they
this
just
Lucian.
hurdle.
And
I mean,
they need to, I think, because right now you've got to get out of that, and then your Jarvan engage with the setup. Okay, finally.
Yeah, here we go. Siwoo decided now was the moment. Oh no, he's just kidding. But does
or
choke
is
them out
he?
in a big way? Yeah.
Potential poke.
Still has his flash.
Gets the turret, so that's big.
Yeah. As they're going to find someone, it is going to be Lucid on Bush. And he does actually get the nice fat flash over the wall.
ShowMaker with the peel from the side.
Yeah.
Keeps him alive there. Huge opportunity for T1 on the cross map there. Stability,
they know.
they're so far away.
They know now, but I think it's a little too late. And Peyz is here. He's kind of playing gatekeeper. These three members are doing the Baron so quickly, but Lucid gets here just barely not on time, and that is a T1 Baron.
The potential play mid, but the Baron minions are defending the turret. They're going to get this dragon, but it pales in comparison to value. Because Siwoo isn't able to wrap around here and actually get access to try to go for a pinch, they just keep pushing. Mikhails is good.
Yeah. Mikhails also very good into this champ as Ingo's Doran wants to take the trade and immediately regrets it. Here comes Siwoo right down the middle lane as Siwoo will take the kill in the solo fashion.
This is getting awkward because Peyz has mid prio, so Lucid, I don't know how much you really want to play this game. He's coming over. They got Blast Cone.
Yeah, he's going to throw it straight into the Jarvan. With the Realm Orb coming on over, they can close the distance so quickly as the Jarvan just gets executed by Lucian. Peyz flashes in, doesn't get the kill, as she will just barely live to tell the tale.
I mean, this might be the opening up of the base. They're not going to commit further, but this is the exact type of thing we talk about with T1. We talked about it. It's just that simple.
Yeah.
It's just that simple. Peyz almost gets Siwoo as well. Yeah. T1 do way more damage over it. Now Shiu's looking for his angle. Here we go. It's Olaf time.
No, I don't know, man. They have way too much damage. He's going to try anyway, and he's just going in by himself trying to take out Peyz.
Stops the Baron.
He did a lot of damage, I guess.
Look at what happens when he goes in 1v5. What happens when Dplus are there? That's what T1's scared of. That's why T1 didn't start that Baron a moment ago.
Timer as well. Lucid is right over the wall, though, so that's the one thing you got to be careful of. Looks like they might just go for the flip, as
they're getting focused,
considering it, but actually they do pull off of the Baron. As you know,
stronger and stronger, but T1's, I think their influence is waning, right? Their ability to control this map is getting tougher and tougher.
All right, here we go. Gonna press some buttons. Scatter the weakest dodge, and ShowMaker, the double tap. He even tries to flash it, and Peyz puts the team on his back like he's done all game long, and sets up the play. 3 kills, and they're just pushing mid to end.
GG, as we have a TP here to hold the wave. And I don't think this TP is gonna leave Siwoo with a whole lot.
They have minions. No, they got 2. Yeah, they have 2 minions.
Yeah.
So that's enough.
Let's see if Lucid with GA can snipe them.
Oner can just tank it. I mean, Lucid's gonna have to try, otherwise the game ends, right? So there he goes in, doesn't get the 1, but it is going to go in and die, as they'll take the kill on a Lucid instead, and Siwoo's done a good job of holding the wave here. So the game will not end right now.
Okay. Got that mid inhibitor, and ShowMaker has TP on respawn. There's no enemy jungler. Do T1 try to 5v1 and Olaf. He's lurking. Doesn't have his TP anymore because he used it on that wave. I don't think he's going to go in.
They started Baron on Vision. They started Baron on Vision, and look how far up they are. The engaged cone, Keria is so dead. There's nowhere for him to go. Celestial opposition not going to help out. Peyz goes in, takes an insane amount of damage from ShowMaker. And that'll be the end of him.
That's a bridge too far.
And now Siwoo's going in on a Faker, taking the 1v1. Faker trying to just run out this one onto the blast cone, gets away. And they do pick up the Baron as well.
He just runs on the Keria, but tries to go on to ShowMaker on this follow-up. Boom.
Just press R, baby. That's all you need. And now they're taking the dragon. Lucid's dead. Doran's like, what? You haven't fought me today, have you? Ult comes in and at least gets him, but it's a 2-for-1 in favor of Doran. And they have Baron. I mean, they could still set up a push here.
The main thing that C+, is that allowed? I think T1 still, though, now that this wave is cleared, have too much siege. It should be able to end.
She was trying to catch the wave, but we got a Realm Warp in as well from bot lane. And they're just going to try to end the game here. Keria doesn't have the wave clear. Siwoo's going to press his buttons one last time, and he takes out the Milio. And who cares? That's going to be a root onto Oner. Can't quite get in range of the Nexus just yet, but they get the 1 kill on a Lucid. They step forward, and they will end this series. 2-0 T1. Show them that they are not...